What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. In today's video, we'll be unboxing the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold3 5G in Phantom Black. Now, this device is featured on the Samsung playlist, so you can find information related to this topic quickly and easily. This device is also a part of the Samsung Foldable ecosystem. That means in upcoming videos we'll be covering other Galaxy devices like the Galaxy Buds 2 and the Galaxy Watch 4 Classic. I'll also be using the Galaxy Z Fold 3 to create content and answer any questions, so make sure you leave those in the comments below. Lastly, the Z Fold 3 user manual can be found at the Samsung link in the description below, so you can find more information about this device. Now, today's video was filmed on the Google Pixel 5 and edited on the Google Pixelbook Go using the PowerDirector app from the Google Playstore. This allows us to put all the devices we reviewed through real-world usage so you can see real-world results. As always, we only feature products or services I buy, use, or am interested in. You can also find the Z Fold 3 and other related accessories at the Amazon storefront link in the description below. Don't have time to watch the whole video? We're now a podcast you can find on multiple platforms by searching for Pixels Cracked. And if you are listening to this on a podcast, you can find the more detailed video and YouTube channel by searching for Pixels Cracked as well. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So first we have price, and the Z Fold 3 starts at $1,880. Now this is a lot of money, but there's a few points to consider. First, the Z Fold 3 has a phone and tablet form factor, giving the user 2-in-1 usability. Next, we have the foldable technology, which requires a foldable display, which makes these form factors possible. Finally, we have 5 cameras, which is the most I've ever had on a device. It's easy to spend $1,000 on a flagship smartphone and another $500 on a capable tablet. Add in the folding tech and cameras, and $1,880 doesn't sound too far off. This device is also loaded with so many features and specs I can't possibly include them all in this video. That being said, you can find the Galaxy Z Fold 3 specs at the Samsung link in the description below. All things considered, pricing for this device with respects to the technological timeline receives a grade of B. The reasons for the high price are logical, but the device's price puts it out of range for many. So here we are with the unboxing. The packaging has a minimalist design to it, and of course a portion of the Z is holographic. Flipping over the packaging allows us to either peel or cut the seal tape. Personally, I prefer to cut. I also find Google's pull tabs a bit more enjoyable, as seen on the Google Pixel 5a 5G. I'm also hopeful we'll get a Pixel Fold to compare to this device. So now we're removing the lid for the first time, and that slides off fairly smoothly. And here we have the Z Fold 3 in Phantom Black, and it's presented in unfolded mode. Next, we have the familiar pull tab as seen on other unboxings, which allows you to lift the device out of the packaging. Next, we have this packet which lifts right out. This packet includes SIM card ejection pin, USB data cable, and quick start guide with terms and conditions. As you may have noticed, Samsung excludes a power adapter, which is becoming more common in the smartphone segment. The other thing I wanted to talk about is this cable, and it seems very generic. It doesn't have any Samsung branding on it. And honestly, I'm probably going to use a different cable, or if you don't have a different cable, you'd probably go out and buy something that's a little bit better, looks a little nicer. This one just looks kind of budget. So back to the Z Fold 3, we actually need to peel off the protective film, but you have to flip the device over to do so. And then we just start here, and that just peels off nice and smooth. And then we actually have to flip the device over again, just like that. And then we peel again, and then we gotta flip the device over again. So we're doing all kinds of acrobatics here. I've got that flipped over, and I'm going to just say I am definitely going to be installing a case. I've got the Samsung case, but I also have a Spigen unit. We'll be doing a comparison of both of them. and trying them on the phone. But ultimately, I'm probably going to go with the Spigen because it has all-around protection. Here we are at the main display, which is IPX8 rated, making it water but not dust resistant. The dynamic AMOLED 2x Infinity Flex display measures 7.6 inches diagonally and features minimal bezel. The display is HDR10 Plus certified with a 120Hz adaptive refresh rate. A 4 megapixel under display camera is also found in the setup, which is easiest to see with the display off. Now, if we turn the display on, you're going to see that camera blends in with the screen. It's hard to see with the human eye. It's even hard to see on the camera here. And I've included pictures because pictures actually show this camera a little bit easier with the display on. So the next question you may have is, how does the display feel? And it feels very similar to my Pixel 5a 5G. It has about the same amount of resistance, and when it comes to the crease that runs down the middle of the screen, I honestly can't feel it. I feel it a little bit here, but towards the middle, it's really hard to sense. Now you may be wondering about a size comparison to a tablet, and here I have the Lenovo Tab M10 FHD Plus placed underneath the Z Fold3 for size comparison. You can see the Z Fold3 is about half the size of the Lenovo tablet. Moving on to the side of the device, we can see the true thickness next to the Pixel 5a 5G for comparison. So the question is, how does this feel? I can tell you, picking this up, it feels very natural. It's not very wide and it's very thin, which helps with that, and it feels really light. Now when it comes to folding, I had someone tell me this does feel like something you shouldn't be able to fold, and I finally understand that, because as you can see, when we start folding here, it just seems like we're breaking the laws of physics or something. But it's very firm, it holds in the position that you're starting to fold it. You can see the light kind of changes there in the middle. That's pretty interesting. And unfolding it, it's very smooth. It just feels like something that you shouldn't be able to do, but it's extremely fascinating. And that's what makes this very futuristic. At the top left of the device is the first of 2 stereo speakers featuring Dolby Atmos technology. The right side of the device features volume keys and a slightly recessed capacitive side key with fingerprint sensor. The bottom right of the device features the USB-C charger and audio port combo. Finally, we have the nano SIM card slot on the left side of the device. However, the Z Fold3 also features one eSIM, which is great for Google Fi users like myself. Next, we have the fold-in technology, which allows the device to be placed into 3 different modes or views between 75 and 115 degrees. First, we have Flex Mode, which features Adaptive Flex Mode. In this situation, the top half of the screen may feature a video and the other half controls. Next, we have here Tent View, and then by flipping the device over, we'll have Cover View, and both of these use the cover display. Once folded completely, we can get a view of the 6.2-inch HD Plus Dynamic AMOLED 2x 120Hz cover display, which features a 10 megapixel camera. So I want to point out something I noticed when folding this device closed, and that is it closed nice and smooth. And that's because we have these tiny bumpers here, which are hard to see on the camera, but they create that experience, and it feels really good. Now this display is tall and narrow, and I've got the Google Pixel 5a 5G to the right for comparison. Now I also included a clip of the device folded next to the Pixel 5a 5G for reference as well. Returning back to the camera, this isn't an under-display camera, so it's going to show unlike the under-display camera in the main display. Now this device is also going to be slightly tippy, as you may have seen previously, and that's because if we flip this over, we're going to have the camera module on the back that extends out slightly. Now, in my opinion, the tippiness that we experience due to this camera module is not a huge problem for me because I'm going to be installing a case anyways, which is most likely to solve the problem. Now, returning to that camera module, it features 3 cameras. From top to bottom, we have a 12 megapixel ultra wide, a 12 megapixel wide angle, and a 12 megapixel telephoto. Now, this camera combination gives the user 3 intelligent features and over 15 camera modes and other features like AR. Now, with this device closed, we can also see the hinge from the side, which features Samsung branding. Now, this hinge looks really nice and it's got a gloss to it. And I've noticed that a lot of case manufacturers don't provide protection for this portion of the phone, and I often wonder why. Now, in my opinion, protection is critical here because it not only protects the hinge, but it also prevents dust from getting into the phone since this device isn't dust resistant. Now that being said, I'm looking forward to installing the Spigen Slim Armor Pro case in a future video. Now, I'm not sponsored by Spigen, and this case wasn't provided to me for free. But I'm just a big fan of Spigen, and this case provides all-around protection. It's one of the best cases I could find on Amazon. The rear of the Z Fold 3 also features fast wireless charging at 10 watts and reverse wireless charging at 4.5 watts, which should be great for other devices like the Galaxy Buds 2. Moving on to battery, the Z Fold 3 features a 4,400 milliamp hour dual unit, which is capable of 25 watt fast charging via cable. The Z Fold 3 ships with a Snapdragon 888 processor, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and storage options of either 256 or 512 gigabytes. So that is it for today's video. Now in upcoming videos, we'll be talking about screen protectors, cases, and starting up the device for the first time. And these are all important. For example, screen protectors. The user manual states that you don't want to install a screen protector on the main display because any adhesives might damage it. Now I did buy a nice screen protector kit for the Z Fold 3, and I don't think I'm going to install on that main display because I don't want to risk it. But with this kit is a screen protector for the cover display, and I'm probably going to apply that to the device because I think that part of the display will be fine. So if you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching this on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now there are 3 ways you can support the channel and podcast. The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or I would like to buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way you can support us is just by sharing this content with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way you can show your support is just by clicking the subscribe or follow button. Now liking and subscribing are important. Those are your ways to vote on whether you like the video or the podcast. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. So that is pretty much it. And until next time, Leon checking out.
Yeah.